Shit's many, man.
Motherfuckers just jacking off in front of women. I don't get that shit. Well, how's that? I know niggas are fetishes, but yeah, just watch me jack off. Just watch me jack off. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't understand any of that, but to each their own.
And white people, man. But,
white people? What's happening, everybody? This is your boy JC No Hunnits, aka Henny Cole, in the building. You are now tuned into the Illogical Sense Podcast, episode number 65. And the reason why your boy is out in LA hosting is because we got a birthday to celebrate today.
Hell yeah!
We got Mr. Henny Busby out in the Bay.
Hashtag,
the Henny brothers are united once again.
Hell yeah! Hashtag
And,
Busby 30. I turned 30, everybody.
That's
I am washed.
That is right. My brother hit the dirty 30s, man. That's what's up.
30s,
Congratulations.
man.
Happy birthday, my nigga.
Thank you. Good, and thank you to everybody that wished me happy birthday when it comes to text messaging, to Twitter, to Facebook, Instagram, you know, all that shit. Thank you.
Are you like me? Were you one of the people where you gotta respond back to every single last happy birthday wish?
Yeah, I just like it on Facebook. And
you don't reply back to every single person?
you know, well, I just like it, and after that, when the night's almost over with, I'm just gonna go on Facebook and just say thank to everyone that wished me happy birthday.
Gotcha.
It's like, you know, I can't wish everybody happy. I can't thank everybody because I got a lot of love.
I be feeling guilty, so I respond to every single last damn message before I go to sleep.
I'll probably just say thank you, just a bunch of thank you.
I like to hit them with a variation. So one person will get a thank you, another person will get appreciated, another person will get a good looks.
So I guess in your notes you just have the answers just preset. You just got to copy and paste it.
Yeah, I pretty much got to copy paste in that in the notebook, and then I just pick whichever one and I just copy paste right on the message.
Yeah, well, shit, Diane just tried calling me right now. Diane, if you listen to this podcast, I just had to deny you because you were probably going to tell me happy birthday, but I'm just going to end it by saying thank you. I appreciate it, and God bless you.
We love Diane, man.
Hell yeah. Diane the plug. But yeah, I'm off that Henny too, kind of. I have that still. I have, like a few months back, I got some Henny, and I said that I was going to save it for my birthday, and people were looking at me like I was a weirdo, but I just finished the whole shit.
Well, damn. That's pretty funny because I went about a month ago and bought a bottle of Henny and said, I'm going to save this for Busby's birthday when he gets out here. And that's the first time I opened it up.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. So, hell yeah.
Yep.
And my birthday got kicked off right on Sunday when the Niners got that one win.
Oh, talk your shit. Go ahead.
They got their one win. Ain't nothing to talk about. They just got their one win. I just put it out in the universe and I just said, you know what? Niners, my birthday's tomorrow. Just give me at least one win. And they gave me one win. So for that, I'm not angry.
It wasn't just a win. It was a win that was an ass whooping.
Yeah, because the Giants just gave up, man. They don't give a fuck no more. They just want the season to be over with now.
Yeah, because them motherfuckers, they gave up on Bob McAdoo.
They gave up on their coach. They gave up on all that shit. So, you know, it is what it is. And you niggas got a bye week, so.
Right. So I drove all weekend, man. I drove 7 days last week, hit 110 rides, hit all 3 weekly goals between Uber and Lyft, and most importantly, I secured that bag.
Nice. Get that money. And plus, in the next few, and we're recording this on Monday, and I'll be out there on Thursday to Saturday, because this Saturday we're going to Henny Palooza.
Hell yeah.
That's like a dream come true, man. So I'm mentally preparing myself. I had some Henny at midnight. I'm having some Henny right now. I'm probably going to have some Henny tomorrow. It's going to be, like you kids say yet again, a movie.
Yeah, I got to prepare myself, too. I need to go get some Honey Nut Cheerios so I could have some Henny Nut Cheerios. A few other things I got to prepare as well because I don't know what to expect, but I expect madness.
It's madness. Nah, this is henny! And just smash a bottle over their head and shit.
Right. Shit, at this rate, I expect to see Henny J pop out of nowhere.
Henny J. Oh, wow. I never met Henny J.
That's what I'm saying. I expect to see him just fly out of nowhere.
Oh, shit. Henny Busby and Henny J. Nigga, would be like the Shield power bombing niggas at the tables and shit. Speaking of power bombing niggas, before we got on the air, motherfucking Migos did some fucking Shield shit and beat the shit out of Extraction.
That's right. Out here in LA, supposedly word is from Excedrin himself. Migos caught him in front of the hotel. Some words were exchanged, but not very many because apparently all the words came from Migos, and as soon as XYZ opened his mouth, they put hands on him and pulled a gun on him. And then they did.
Pretty much, and then he went on IG story. He went on his IG story and started talking shit, calling them bitches and hoes, and it's just the universe. It's just the universe balancing each other out. That's what they're doing right now. The universe is balancing each other because he's a fuckboy, and fuck shit happens to fuckboys all the damn time. And apparently, what rumors are saying, it happened because of some shit that he said about Drake. Oh, now that I say that, yeah. I remember what he said about Drake. When he got out of jail, motherfucker was making fun of Drake's mom and shit like that. So the niggas, so his homies had to beat his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically what it boils down to. I'm not one for violence, but as you said,
the universe has to work itself out, man.
Exactly. It's about checks and balances, and apparently he wrote a check that his ass couldn't cash, and they took care of that.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and also, I guess we might as well just talk about music now, man. But, you talk about Crit. That was your little Christmas present. How was your birthday, your Christmas, your celebration when Big Crit dropped? Well, Slim Shady's coming back, motherfucker.
Yeah, nah,
Shut your ass up. Shut. Let me, it's my birthday.
Go ahead.
Slim Shady's coming back with Revival. That's still like a random ass name, but it's called Revival. It's going to be his ninth album. I'm kind of drunk. I think it's one of those albums. It's been 4 years since the Marshall Mathers LP 2, and he has a song called Revival. And then the first single was dropped on Friday, and it was called Walk on Water. That featured Beyonce. Now, hey, let me talk. Let me talk.
I'm sorry, go ahead. You right.
I woke up, because I knew I was waiting for it. I was like, okay, the song's here, and it said Revival, and it said Walk on Water. I saw the cover, and it said Eminem, and then I saw Beyonce. Like the whole world, they just got that New York gift.
Beyonce!
I was shocked. That was like the most shocking comparison I've ever seen. It was like, holy shit. Because if you listen to his song No Apologies, which was like back in his re-up days and shit, he kind of made fun of Beyonce. He's like Beyonce's pot belly. Like, wow.
Yep.
See, this nigga made fun of Beyonce's pot belly when she had a belly, I guess, and fucking said he was going to pee on Rihanna, and now he did songs with them.
Right.
Yeah, so the song came out. I turned it on, and my first response was, what in the fuck was that, Marshall?
What in the fuck was that, Kanye?
No, Marshall.
What in the fuck was that, Marshall?
Marshall. It was slow. It sounded like some shit Macklemore came out with, and my first initial response was... No, yeah, come on, you know that's what it was. Don't act surprised. Don't act surprised for the listeners. It sounded like some Macklemore shit. You know this. Anyway, yeah, it sounded like some Macklemore shit, and then was just... I didn't listen to the lyrics at first because I was just in utter shock because there was no beat. There was just a piano playing, and then you heard Beyonce just sing, I want to walk on water. Nigga, what the fuck is this? And I was just in utter shock because I'm so used to hearing... This made me appreciate Berserk a lot more when that dropped. Because I was really angry when... this made me appreciate Not Afraid a lot more. There was always a beat. M was rapping his ass off. This one, he wasn't rapping his ass off. This was the first single from his album, bruh. I was pissed. I was confused. I didn't know what to say. I was literally confused.
I mean, are we sure this is the first single, or is it just the first offering?
Dude, I got an email from Eminem's website saying this is the first single from Revival.
High five, joke's on you.
So, at first I was pissed, and you were telling, I told you so, and I wanted to slap the shit out of you.
Well,
I didn't want to hear the truth.
Well, when you finish your whole spiel, I will say what I need to say. So continue.
So I re-listened to the song, and I listened to the lyrics. I was listening to what M was saying, and M was pretty much just saying like, "What more do you want from me?"
Basically,
he was pretty much talking to his critics, and I'm not talking about like, the people like the actual news critics and shit like that, like our Rolling Stone and shit like that. He's talking to us, the people you see on Twitter that talk shit about him, that always look at him as a joke, even though he's the highest selling rapper of all time. They don't respect him as an MC. Yeah. That's the saddest thing about it. He's like the most popular, but he sees himself as an outcast.
Yeah, he's basically talking to him like he's Bane. Revival is for you, the people.
Wow, I think that's gonna go over people's heads, man.
Oh well, the henny will do that.
No, just do no. You should do the Palpatine.
Oh, which one?
When Rival drops once again, Shady will rule the galaxy.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it now. Once more, Shady drops Revival and rule the galaxy. And then we'll have peace.
I need him.
I'm telling you, for all the listeners out there, you can use all that bullshit ass dialogue in Star Wars Episode 3 and apply it to anywhere, and everything will sound that much better. I promise you. Busby and I have been doing that for almost 3 years now.
We want to do a commentary for this shit, because that's for the actual movie. Because the movie's hilarious. Just with the I need him.
Right.
Don't underestimate my power.
Fucking, I bet when Rick Rubin hit him up and was like, I think I could get Beyonce on here, and was just like, do it.
Do it. Unlimited power. But we're going off subject, man. That's what happens when we get us drunk. But anyway, yeah. The song pissed me off at first, but when I listened to it, I was just like, damn. Like, I got what M was trying to say. It is a alright song, but it's a song within context of the album.
Exactly.
You know what I'm talking? Like, this is a song you should listen to when you're listening to the album. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it goes like through the track list and shit like that. And the Beyonce feature should have been kept as a surprise when the track list came out.
Exactly.
This is not no first single. This was just a cash grab that I feel that Paul Rosenberg saw. He just saw Eminem and Beyonce and just said, this is instant dollar signs. This is money. And it was written by Skylar Grey. So I don't understand how, because he performed at the EMAs with Skylar Grey, who wrote the song and sang it. And it's just like, okay, Beyonce ain't there, but Skylar Grey is. Okay. So, and, I mean, is it bad? It's not. To me, it's just like, it's whatever. Would I listen to it again? Probably not by itself. I gotta listen to it with the album, and I'm pretty sure that when I listen to the album, there's probably like hundreds of tracks on there, or probably plenty of tracks on there that could have been better as the first single. So, I don't know, man. He's about to be on SNL this week with Chance the Rapper, so it should be interesting, but shit. I don't know. Go on.
It's my turn?
Yeah, you can talk.
Okay.
Shut
shit was whack.
Just shut up!
Shit was whack. We'll just say it. I'm a big fan of rap productions where the rapper is just rapping and it's over the melody. There's no drum pattern.
That's what I kind of thought. That's what I kind of thought this was gonna be. It was gonna be kind of like Freedom with Beyonce and Kendrick. That's what I thought this was gonna be like.
Right, but you got to have bars to do that. And what he was spitting was more of a context, not just rapping to rap. So from that standpoint alone, it wasn't vibing. Number two, my boy Shamal brought this up, and I've been laughing all weekend. He said all this is Jay-Z's revenge for Renegade.
Stupid.
They said, so for those who were paying attention over the weekend, Rick Rubin and Malcolm Gladwell, they dropped the first episode of their new podcast,
Broken Record,
and it was given
and they were talking on the record, yeah.
And basically, what Rick Rubin said was once he played the record for M, Skylar pretty much already had the hook done. M was vibing to it. He did his part. Rick then took the record to Jay-Z, and they were just vibing. Beyonce was out of town. And Jay was like, yo, when she gets back, I think, we'll see if she jumps on the record. I guess he played it for her. Apparently she liked it, and they did it. And that's pretty much what the outcome was. And that's what Shamal brought up. He was like,
this is his payback for Renegade.
Yeah. Where it was, to the public, it was, yeah, I'll get Beyonce on that. But then in his mind, he was like, yeah, fuck you, motherfucker, for that motherfucking Renegade. Motherfucker.
And I'm going to have you on Tidal. You're going to listen to it on Tidal.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
Yeah, I'm going to put your album on Tidal, but only Beyonce's section of that song's going to be on Tidal. Everything else, you can get out of here.
Oh. That's my wifey with her tweens.
Yeah. That's twin music.
That's what I think about when they go to sleep, when they call lullabies.
Our first listen, man, I didn't even make it past the first 4 bars of the second verse.
Because I told you it was trash, because I text you, it's like, oh, that's dope. And I said, this shit's trash. That was my next text to you. This shit's trash. And you're like, well, okay then.
Yeah, so I'm listening to it, and then, and what was funny too was, so again, shouts out to Big Bro Jason. He went on Facebook Live and he actually did his reaction live. So he's a big time M stan like you.
Oh, damn, that had to be shocking.
And so he's listening to it. Yeah, he's listening to it and he goes, oh, wait, so the beat ain't gonna drop? Oh, okay. And then a few minutes later, he's like, so he just rapping about him being trash?
That's pretty much what he did.
The funny thing of it was you could pinpoint where his face went. And it was basically like he just found out Santa Claus doesn't exist anymore. Like, it was just, you can pinpoint that exact emotion. And all I got to say to both of you is, I told y'all motherfuckers, this is a young man's game, hip-hop. And
I'm going to get to that part in a little bit.
It's no country for old men. And a lot of people just don't want to admit it. I'll be very frank. M is in my top 5 because he is that dope of a lyricist.
Yes.
But a lot of people have a hard time admitting that a lot of M's success comes off of the gimmick that he had with Slim Shady. So when you take away Slim Shady from his discography, this is what you're left with. And it's not very good. I'm sorry to say it.
No, I take that back. You said, okay, when did he become trash to you?
What was the one with all the pills on the album cover? The one is Comeback?
Fuck you. Relapse is a shit. As I keep telling your ass.
Nah.
You gotta try again.
Nah.
You gotta try again. My
mom popped Valium and lots of drugs. Nah, you keep that shit. Keep that. See, I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them haters where I listen. I don't even know the lyrics or any of the song titles. Nah, we can go in depth one of these episodes.
We already did go in depth about that damn album, and you still dissed it.
I'll do it again too. I don't give a damn.
I don't give a damn either. That album's a shit. You gotta try again, my nigga. But
Bagpipes from Baghdad. Bagpipes from Baghdad.
Hey, that's always dope. See, we already talked about this earlier, but anyway, I'll tell you why people feel this way. Because after Relapse, that's when his flow just became different. Because Recovery is sober. No, yeah, he became that was the last time he rapped normal. If you listen to Relapse and listen to how he raps now,
my son Ingram out here balling, man.
He's watching the Laker game, and I'm watching.
We're not doing Monday Night Football this week. That's a bullshit ass game. But I'm letting y'all know my son Ingram, he coming. Let that be known.
The Shield are wrestling right now. But anyway, no. If you listen to Relapse, listen to how he's rapping. Disregard the accent. Listen to how he's rapping. It's clearer. You know what he's saying. Listen to how he's rapping now. He's doing the whole run-on sentence, ribbity rap, rapping fast. And it's like, dude, why are you rapping this way? I know you can rap this way. I know you can rap normal. I've heard you rap normal on Medicine Man. Was it Medicine Man on Compton? Yes.
Medicine Ball. Oh, yeah, no. Medicine Man.
Yeah,
Medicine Ball was on Relapse.
Yeah. He rapped normal. And now when I hear him rap, he's just rapping hella fast and just saying a bunch of shit. And I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? And it just, I don't know why, it just frustrates me. You keep saying it's spurts. I don't think it's spurts. Like he says on the song, because there's another part, you saying it's a young man game.
Yeah, on that same podcast.
But on that same podcast, Rick Rubin was talking about the conversation he had with M. And M said flat out that he's really frustrated with the rise of quote-unquote mumble rap. When he talks about mumble rap, he's talking about Migos and Future and Is Excedrin a mumble rapper? He's a mumble rapper.
Oh,
Lil
no,
Pump.
But see, like, here's my thing when it comes to mumble rap. Because for a while I did, Kuz. I like Kuz, man. He gonna be a star.
You fucking ADD. I'm sorry, everybody.
Nah, we 65 episodes in. They should be used to this shit by now. Here's my thing with mumble rap, because we used to have conversations like this all the time. I would be just as frustrated as you.
We still are.
Well, I am to a certain extent after having this conversation with my nigga Dwan. And Dwan brought up a good point. We don't criticize. We call James Brown one of the greatest acts in entertainment. Can't one motherfucker recite every James Brown song word for word? Not one. You know what I'm saying? Because he's scattered around, and he's singing, but he's also adding, different ways to enhance his voice, which was yelling or, just doing other stuff. When it came to jazz, you had scat music. They weren't saying anything, but that shit was hitting. So from the context of hip hop as far as lyricism, yeah, it's frustrating. But to see the evolution of hip hop and rap go, you can't really hate too much on it if you're calling, acts like James Brown and you're saying that, jazz during the Renaissance era was popping, because at the time they really weren't saying much either.
Yeah, well, for M's case, because we know how Eminem is. He has a very old school mentality when it comes to hip hop. He is a conservative MC, if that's ever a word for you.
Right.
He grew up on this shit. He even talked about it on the podcast. I grew up on Run DMC and Grandmaster Clash.
He's a student of the game.
He's a student of the game.
You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
M is to hip hop what Kobe is to basketball. Where it was, you can't necessarily pinpoint either one of them as the bona fide best that's ever hit. But when it comes to studying this shit, you're not going to find anybody better than those two in their respective areas.
When he's sitting down and he's listening to what's popular now, because when he was at the top, lyrical rap was popular. That was the main consensus. You remember that? It was like he had the bars and he had the sells to match it. So in his mind, he's thinking whoever is the most skilled sells the most. And it's kind of true now, with a capital K, when you look at Drake's and Kendrick and J. Cole and shit, and maybe Big Sean and Wale here and there.
Right.
But when you talk about massive sales and shit like that, you see who's really popular right now. You see the Young Thugs, you see the Migos, you see the Futures, and he sees all the other songs that are like extremely as popular, and it just like, and for him it frustrates him. It's like, why are kids listening to this shit? And I can understand that. I was in the bathroom, I was taking a piss, and I hear this kid in the next stall next to me, and he's saying Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang. I'm like, wow, he looked like he was like 17 years old at least. Like, wow.
Yeah, see, and that's where the conflict comes into play, because you got the 17-year-olds who live and die by that shit. I could just listen to it and have fun, and and just walk around. Gucci gang,
they're gonna probably play. You know they're gonna play that Henny Palooza, and we're gonna lose our damn mind.
Oh, we're gonna be jumping out. See, I surprised Busby because I was supposed to get our Henny Palooza tickets 2 months ago, but I was messing with him. Well, I wasn't messing with him. Life was still coming to play. I was still paying bills. But But I kept telling him, I'll get him. And he wasn't necessarily getting irritated, but he was just like, all right, man, just make sure you get him. Well, I surprised him because I didn't get regular tickets. I got us, VIP section seats. So we got our own booth. Let it be known, when certain mumble raps come on, we probably going to be jumping up and down on these damn booths. I'm just let it be known.
Without one Henny bottle.
One is the loneliest number. But when you add two niggas to that, it's a turn up. For sure.
And all the bottles are going to be free, so we're going to walk around with all the motherfuckers, and they're going to probably give us bottles. And nigga, hell yeah.
Hell
we get
yeah.
off the point.
Shout out to Kaz.
And low-key, all them niggas. Rory, all them bitches. I mean, niggas.
Wow. Henny really got you.
Anyway, like I'm trying to say, what were we talking about? Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Dude, that got us all fucked up. No, M was pissed off because he's seeing this is what the climate is now, and he is very conservative and he's stubborn. And I can, and being a fan myself, I've listened to how he's been rapping when it comes to his cyphers and his freestyles. Right. He sounds frustrated, and he feels like he wants to lash out at these niggas. But he knows that if he does that, it's gonna be like, what's it called? He's gonna get fucked up. He's gonna get there's gonna be backlash in the hip hop community. They're gonna call him the old head.
Right.
Like, what's his name? My boy Lowe said he made the best analogy to me from DJ Booth. He's going like, yeah, even the Tyrannosaurus Rex got pissed off when the caveman was starting to take over.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So when it comes to that, man, Eminem's just an old school head. He's like me. He's frustrated. But honestly, the fan in me, hell yeah, I want him to go after these mumble rap niggas. I really want him to do that. Because instead of going after these pop stars, he goes after them niggas. That'd be fucking dope. But he's too old to do that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing of it is, too, you also got to consider the fact that we've seen this in every generation. It backfires for the legend going at the new generation. Like, we saw it last generation when KRS-One went at Nelly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen this before.
But he was really stupid for that. But, yeah.
I mean, the same thing could be said if that's why M hasn't done it. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing about Migos, too, is they're considered mumble rap, but if you actually break down the lyrics, the niggas actually
they can
rappers.
Rap.
Right.
Same with Young Thug, too, in a way. Same with Young Thug.
Yeah, fuck
same
that
with... I'm just saying, even I have to admit, like, he's very creative with his lyrics.
Oh, I'm sure he is, but fuck that nigga.
You still listen to Super Slimy.
Yeah, because Future was on it. Again, when it's Young Thug with other artists, okay, I can deal with it. When it's strictly him as a solo artist, that's where I boycott.
You get off the point. At the same time, Emma's just frustrated. He's just frustrated about what the climate is in hip hop right now. He's no longer like Hove. Hove can adapt pretty well. He still gets kind of looked down on, but Hove can adapt to it.
And that's that's the difference between M and J. That's more of a testament to Jay's business side.
Yes. M, all he knows is just to rap. That's all he knows. All he knows is how to rap. So, of course, he's going to be frustrated with all this bullshit that's been going on. So, yeah, when it comes to this fucking walk on water, she can walk on this bullshit nuts. But other than that...
I only know one walk on water, and that's Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, that's taking it back.
Yep.
It's probably what he was thinking of. But I just hope that the marketing campaign matches the album, because the marketing campaign is pretty genius, if you ask me.
Ooh, if the marketing is there, but I swear to you, if that album sounds predominantly like that song,
I'm gonna be drinking a whole lot. The next
episode of this podcast is gonna be,
Well, if you listen to the end, even though the end is hella stupid, he's like, "Bitch, I made Stan." I was like, "What?" It sounds like it's transitioning into an upper beat. And rapping his ass off.
Yeah, this actually sounds like the very first song on the project.
Yeah, that would make sense, hopefully. But
it definitely would make sense. It just didn't make sense putting it out as a single. But
yeah, it didn't. It sounds like you got to listen to it in the context of the album. So that's what I'm saying. If I was in the room with Paul Rosenberg and M, and I heard Paul Rosenberg saying, "Yeah, we're gonna use this as the first single," I'm like, "Don't do that." I'm like, "What do you mean?" It's Eminem and Beyonce. How many records have you sold? Oh, I haven't sold nothing, but I know what your core fan base is gonna think. They're not gonna like this, or they're still gonna buy it anyway. Well, shit.
And that's when you drink your henny and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Like, well, don't look at me, nigga. Damn, I've had like a whole conversation, imaginary conversation. How do you know the henny got me? But yeah, man, Revival coming. I'm gonna be one happy camper when I go out to LA, because I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna make you listen to it, motherfucker.
I was already going to listen to it. I wasn't having high expectations. And after this, I mean, I'm still keeping a fair, open mind, but this didn't help. I'm just going to let it be known.
Whatever. So, Meek Mill's in jail now.
Is he, or is he waiting to get sentenced?
Oh, he's in there. They took the mugshot and everything. He's in there right now.
Oh, shit. So he's already behind bars. All right. So Meek Mill, as we mentioned last week, you got, 2 to 4 years?
2 to 4 years behind bars.
His lawyer came out at the day after we posted this episode. His lawyer came out saying there's some conflict of interest when it comes to the judge overseeing this case. Apparently, what was it? She was trying to get him to do a song with some artist that she knew over probably about 10 years ago. And then probably 3 or 4 years ago, she was trying to coerce him to leave Roc Nation as his management, to sign with some friend when he didn't. So they're going behind that. And at first I was like, that's interesting. But then, you and I talked about it, and then you brought up a good point saying, well, why the fuck is this just coming out now? And I'm like, that's actually a very valid point. Why is this just coming out now? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I got this one after I watched Everyday Struggle with DJ Academics and Joe Budden, and they were talking about this shit, and they're asking, and I guess Nadeska asked if you feel bad for him, and they both pretty much said nah, and they were doing a rundown of everything that was going on, and they just said that he played himself. Meek played himself pretty much. And at first I thought they were just hating, but when they were breaking it down, especially Joe's analysis of it, he should have knew better.
Right.
Like, Meek should have fucking knew better. They told him countless times, this judge does not play. You need to stay your ass out of trouble. With the people that are around you, you need to stay off social media. They are watching you, waiting for you to fuck up. And you had multiple fucking violations ever since he's been out of jail. Like, what's been going on? I mean, he's personally stayed out of it, but let's see what's been going on. First of all, the shit that happened with Safari a few months back. At the BET Awards, like you were on camera getting out, and then your people rushed Safari. Those were your people. You were surrounded by it. There was that. The shit that happened with Benny Siegel a few months before that one. There was rumors going around that when Benny Siegel dissed Meek Mill, his people were Beanie Siegel. I said Beanie.
You said Benny.
I said Beanie.
Yeah, you said Benny.
Whatever. Beanie Siegel, when he got jumped, people were saying that Meek's people and Meek was connected to that. And there was that rumor going around that he punched French Montana, and his people were behind that. It's the and it was his.
Nah, that's Lil Jon, nigga.
That was Yin Yang Chins, nigga.
It was one. It wasn't French Montana.
French Montana. Oh yeah, I forgot. French Montana has like a monotone ass. So. Yeah, pretty much. Like Anonymous, yeah. No, Anonymous is more high. Yeah.
His rolls off the tongue. Yeah.
Yeah, like The Grudge. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, my point for this shit was, especially with Meek Mill, man, is just like, he fucked up and he violated multiple fucking violations and shit. So yeah, he popped a willy. Yeah, he got caught up for that. Yeah, there was another charge. Like, was it a gun charge? It was some shit. And yeah, he got caught up for that, but the charges were dropped. But this judge was just like, your black ass can't stay out of trouble. And one other thing that Joe Budden pointed out that I looked up myself, which is true, this judge is black. And she's been hella lenient towards him. Even when she sent him to jail for 8 months, the DA wanted to send his ass they wanted him to send him to jail early. And she said no. Because she saw all the people talking for him, saying how he's a changed man and shit. And granted, he did do stuff for the community and shit. But she even said, yeah, I went. The judge even said, yeah, I went past that shit, and you weren't even doing none of that shit. So,
ooh, shots fired.
Yeah, that's the way she said it. So I didn't say shit.
No, I wasn't talking about you. I was just saying shots fired by the judge.
Yeah. So it's just like, bruh. I don't know what else to say to him, but he fucked up. I mean, now so that leads into the next topic is how now on social media there's this huge outcry about Meek Mill being justified because he's going to jail for injustice reasons and the system's against him and the judge don't like him, and it's just like they're making him out like he's fucking Nelson Mandela, dog. Like at the Philadelphia City Hall, there was a big ass rally in front of the chambers, and everyone's saying "Free Meek Mill," and they were rapping the whole dreams and nightmare shit. And fucking Rick Ross came out and did a speech. It was like some fucking Boondock shit. Dead ass. And I'm going on social media. I see Cabernet talking about it, Ebro, T.I., especially T.I.'s old fucking big worded ass talking about it.
This misrepresentation of my comrade Meek Mill.
It just looks so phony to me. They're trying to treat this nigga like he's some fucking hashtag. Nah, nigga, he's just a nigga that kept getting in trouble. Didn't know how to fucking shut the fuck up.
Basically.
So, do I feel bad he's in jail after when I did my research and heard what Joe Budden and them said? Not really. He fucked up his damn self. So, Nikki wasn't in there to save him. There was no other people. He fucked up his damn self. So, 2 to 4 years, there's not going to be no more, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? He's just going to be a myth. He's going to get out probably the same time as fucking Bobby Shmurda, if he makes parole.
Shmurda.
Yeah, whatever.
We got to go into 2018. We got to get like a mispronunciation bucket. Every time you fuck up a name or something, you got to put like 50 cents in or something like that, and then we can use the money at the end of the year to go on a vacation, because that shit will be enough to cover a full vacation. Promise you that.
Pretty much. Well, when we still dive into fucking entertainment and shit like that, the purge is still happening. What purge? The Hollywood industry purge. If any of you niggas plurge, nigga, I'm drunk, don't matter. If any of you niggas did some creep shit in the past, the rooster, what's it called? The chickens have come back to roost, nigga. In the words of Malcolm X, the chickens have come home to roost. So if you did some fuck shit back in the day, it's gonna come to light. So who were the victims this week? Mariah Carey.
Everybody was caught off guard because it was like, oh, the first woman has now been accused. And then you actually read the reports and you're like, I don't know if this can actually hold up. Because apparently her security guard was claiming sexual harassment when he went to go help take out her luggage out of her room. And she opened up the door. She was in a negligee. And he said he felt uncomfortable. And which is rightfully so. I mean, you shouldn't feel uncomfortable in a situation like that. The only problem is that when has Mariah not been in a negligee? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's pretty much seen Mariah in her negligee. And then some more reports came through where, you know, it's kind of sounding like it's a quick money grab from his perspective, which is unfortunate because when it comes to, you know, when it comes time for the first report that, you know, a woman has abused her power, I still don't think it's going to get treated in the same respect. I still feel like there's a double standard when it comes to men feeling uncomfortable in these types of situations and people looking at men like, well, what's wrong with you? Are you gay? Are you, you know, that type of thing, instead of saying, yeah, well, if you're feeling uncomfortable and if that person makes you feel uncomfortable, it's not right. This didn't help that cause, though. It actually might have put us back a little while because this clearly sounds like a money grab. And shout out to old boy for fucking up what we perceive to be the swinging of the pendulum right there.
I mean, shit, Mariah Carey harassing me. I mean, yeah, that does sound kind of questionable, but whatever. So, if we continue down this little fucking fuckery type of dark path, Louis C.K. got fucking accused of shit. And
now, when it comes to this shit,
man,
this
I
is
like
sexual
Louis
harassment.
C.K. Well, no shit. Like, okay, earlier that day, I think it was Thursday or Wednesday, I forgot what day, and Louis C.K. was pulling out, like, Louis C.K. was canceling appearances, especially canceling a premiere of a movie that he got going.
Good shit.
Okay, he was canceling appearances because sources were saying that a New York Post article is going to come up and it's going to be kind of damaging to his look. So I'm going like, oh shit, Louis C.K., what did you do? And the post came up and it was from multiple women. It was from multiple women, and they all said it was multiple women, and they all said that this motherfucker was masturbating in front of them.
Yeah, I don't understand these. I don't understand these acts that are being done.
Like, why would you do that? Like, let's just imagine
jacking off
that
in a fucking plant. This dude's just wiping his dick out, just mask. Like, what the fuck is going on?
No, he even said in the story, he came up to one chick and he was like, "Hey, would you mind if we go in the room and you just watch me jack off?" And she's like, "No, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm sorry, I got issues." I'm sorry. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's some shit that he does on his actual TV show on FX. Like, bruh, what?
It's like fucking when Shawn Michaels, when they showed Ric Flair's Nature Boy 30 for 30 and they showed the clip of the final match and Shawn Michaels just hit him with, "I'm sorry," before the final sweet chin music. Like,
oh, yeah,
he knew what he was doing.
I love you. Yeah, he knew what I was doing.
You. I'm sorry.
And just jacking off in front of him.
Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Shit, bro. Like, I don't know, but because of all that, Louis C.K. lost all his shit. He lost his FX shows. He lost his Netflix comedy shows. And he even issued like a statement, and he said he feels very remorseful about his actions and shit. But they got still mad at him because he didn't apologize. I'm like, he said he's remorseful. What more do you want from him?
Yeah, see, my thing with that is you can be remorseful all you want, but you had 3 weeks or whenever this window opened up to publicly come out and say, yeah, I was wrong.
He did it in a week. He did it the same day. He did it the same.
No. Oh. From the time Weinstein got caught up, he had all this time where, you know, it was like, you know what, I'm going to just come out and take the bullet like Alec Baldwin did. He waited all this time and then finally was, okay, I'm remorseful. And rightfully so, I could tell he was remorseful, but there's a difference between remorseful and apologetic.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? Like, remorseful is kind of like, you kind of just remorseful because you got caught. Like, you're not really sorry. You just remorseful that the fact that it happened and you got caught. Mm-hmm. That's what I took from his statement.
You got a point there. Either way. What the fuck is wrong with these niggas, man?
Oh, like, these motherfuckers. You notice they all white men, too. Like,
hey, knock on wood.
I mean, for the time...
Knock on wood. You never know, man.
For the time being, this kind of actually supports, black men and women, how they really don't feel comfortable throughout this country. Because even when you're in a position of power, you still ain't even thinking about doing this type of shit. I mean,
I think y'all thought Michael was a fucking pedophile?
Yeah, I'm saying.
And also, if you go to that little part of it, Ellen Page, she did like a big ass Facebook post, and she was talking about what happened to her and Bryan Singer, who directed the third X-Men movie, and pretty much he was talking about how much of an asshole he was to her, and pretty much outed her for being gay. Like, I guess the quote was, "Yeah, why don't you just fuck her until she becomes straight?" Like,
well, damn.
Yeah. So it's like
so disrespectful, geez.
Yeah, and it was like a longer it was like a whole long ass post where she was calling out all these motherfuckers, and it was just like, damn, Hollywood's really this fucked up. So
shit's many, man.
Motherfuckers just jacking off in front of women. I don't get that shit. Well, how's that? I know niggas are fetishes, but just watch me jack off. Just watch me jack off. Like what the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't understand any of that, but to each their own.
And white people, man. But,
white people?
White people. Well, another great news. Kaepernick is a Citizen of the Year according to GQ.
Shouts out to Cap.
The end. So,
I mean, that was... you were going to keep continuing.
That was pretty much it. And he still remained silent. I read the article, and it's just a bunch of Kaepernick doing a bunch of Black Power shit. And honestly, it's like some Muhammad Ali type of shit. It's like shit, and they're talking to a whole bunch of people just talking about it and shit like that. So it's cool.
Yeah. So what I find interesting about this whole situation is that the NFL has pretty much done everything in their power to not only keep this man out, but now when you actually put it in perspective, they did everything to keep out GQ Citizen of the Year.
Yeah, they played themselves.
Yeah, that's to me, that's pretty damn funny. And then, Kevin Durant won Champion of the Year, but whatever. We ain't really counting that.
See, that's just the petty side of you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he won his title. Don't get me wrong, he won, but Champion of the Year? Nah, bro. Nah, we ain't calling that Champion of the Year.
That's just you. That's just you, nigga. That's you. You're just biased, my nigga. You're just biased.
We can call it bias all you want. There's, 3 other pro sports, that major pro sports.
So who do you think should have got it?
You seen this motherfucker, Tuve? I mean, I know it's late. So
okay.
they had to
anyway,
do what
next,
they had to do.
Go on. No, just go on. No.
Oh, so we not crediting baseball. See, this is what I'm talking about, though. You ask me a question, I give you an answer, and then you don't like it. So then you just dismiss it.
I don't like it. It's just like, you really think he should be Champion of the Year over Kevin Durant, who's the MVP?
Have you seen Atuve's stature?
His stature?
Motherfucker's 5'5". He's my height. And so he's knocking shit out the park.
So why should he be Champion of the Year?
Did you see what he did in the damn playoffs?
Yeah, I saw it, kind of.
No, okay. All right.
Well, shit.
I mean, Kevin Durant showed up, he performed, but shit, Warriors were in the finals 2 times without him.
Oh, God.
So I mean, what are you really telling? I mean,
like I'm saying,
you asked me a question.
Biased.
But I'm not giving you homer answers. I'm giving you facts. Were they not in the finals 2 times without him?
Yeah,
and did they not win a finals without him?
Yeah, they did not win without him. But then he came back and damn near dominated.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. He won.
So he should be Champion of the Year just because off top that he dominated.
He won, but let's keep it in perspective on why he was able to dominate. He's able to dominate because you also got to factor in, taking into account the other 3 main stars on the plate.
Yeah, he had the Monstars.
Right.
So you think just because of that, they should just have everybody, the whole Warrior staff? No,
you got to keep it in perspective with the other champions this year. I mean, you can't name the Patriots because the Patriots are always there too.
Also, Tom Brady.
Right. So,
Patriots are Tom Brady.
Right. Which is another reason why you can't say I'm being extremely biased, because I could have just went that route and been like you. You were saying, "Oh, you're just being biased with the blown lead back in February," when I said that the Patriots had the best comeback. Like, that's what it was. this isn't that situation, because if I really wanted to be biased and just complete hater, I'd be like, no, they came back for 28-3. You're not beating that. But they've been there plenty of times before, so you can't really.
But they never came back like that, bro. They never came back like that. No team has. They made history.
Yeah, no team's come back like that.
In the Super Bowl. The biggest team in the world. The biggest show, the biggest game in the world, dog.
Just like nobody's blown a 3-1 lead in the NBA Finals either.
Yeah, that's bad too, but this is the fucking Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah, but it was the fashion and how they did it again.
Yeah, well, anyway. Why don't we talk? We talk about Cavs. How the hell we get on this? Anyway. Shout out to Kaepernick.
Because GQ had Champion of the Year. It was all in the GQ issue.
Yeah, I know, but Kevin Durant deserved that, so. Yeah, womp. So, I guess this is a good lead way into sports, since we kind of talked about the Niners winning and the Raiders on the bye, so it's been going on in college and shit. Knuckle.
Yeah, it was a pretty festive week when it comes to sports. Big ballers were in the news, but probably not for the reasons that should have been in there. So LiAngelo Ball, the middle son, he's at UCLA right now. He and his teammates Jalen Hill and Cody Riley ended up, all of a sudden, news breaks. They're either questioned or being arrested while they're on their trip in China where they're playing Georgia Tech. And the reports came out, they were arrested for shoplifting at the Louis V store. And at that point, everybody's like, what the hell? What's going on? Now, of course, all the haters are ravishing in it, because they don't like how LeVar operates, which is still confusing to me, but that's for another time, another day. And everybody outside of Lonzo, obviously, because Lonzo's in season, everybody's out in China as is. They were already, they brought the Facebook TV cast out there so they could film parts of the show for next season and all that stuff. So reports are coming out that this is taking place. They're saying they were being held. They're being questioned. They only had a translator, no lawyers or something like that. Like, it's just, you gotta remember, like, it's a whole different judicial system outside in China.
Yeah. What the hell? What was he stealing?
They said it was for somebody snatched glasses or something like that.
That's which small shit.
I mean, I'm not gonna be one of those people who be like, no, he didn't do it, because I obviously don't know them. But I mean, it's just something doesn't sound right when you got somebody that has a paid-off Lambo and he's stealing glasses in a foreign country. Like, that doesn't make sense. But it's led to some curiously funny turn of events. So the players, UCLA has already come back home. Those three players, they're still technically on quote-unquote house arrest in the hotel for 20 days. So the Ball family, they set up shop. They're doing pop-up shops. They already had plans to brand the company out in the country. So they just like, well, might as well make the best of it. Fuck it. So they about to have a pop-up shop later on this week. And the craziest thing about this is now Trump is involved.
Whole ass nigga in office.
Which we call, for this instance, I'm actually going to at least call him Trump.
No, he's still whole ass nigga to me.
Well, that's fine, but I'm telling the story. So Trump spoke with Xi Jinping, and they're basically trying to ensure that this is a quick but fair process to get the players back. And Xi Jinping is like, I rest assured they will be treated fairly, and we're going to get this resolved as quickly as possible. And Pablo Torre from ESPN last week said it the best. The fact that Trump and LeVar Ball have now hit this intersection in life at this moment in time is the perfect summary for the year 2017. Like, if you actually break it down and think about it, it's pretty damn groundbreaking, and it's pretty interesting and funny to see. And all I can say is what a time. So that basically covers that. When it comes to football, the U is back. For those who don't know which U I'm talking about, we're talking about Miami. I've been a big fan of Miami since the late 90s, early 2000s. They went up against number 3 Notre Dame, and they waxed that ass. Like, just completely dominated from the time the damn kickoff took place. If you don't know and have been under a rock, they got this turnover chain. And whenever a defensive player gets a turnover, they don that defensive player with this blinged out turnover U chain, and he rocks it on the bench until it's time to go back in the game. That turnover chain was player of the game. They had 4 turnovers. One of them was a pick 6. And they also sacked the quarterback 5 times. They won 41-8. Like, it was just a complete ass whooping. And I was there for it all. It was funny to see the Notre Dame fans, heartbroken and shook. They didn't know what to explain. As far as I could tell, you just living through the sins of Catholics versus convicts, and you gotta hold that L. You gotta take it. It is what it is. We go down into the NFL. Jerry Jones still out here stirring shit when it comes to Roger Goodell, and the owners are getting pissed off with him at this point.
Pretty much. They're telling him he needs to sit his old ass down. Nigga, we got money too.
Right.
Sit your black ass down.
I think that's the thing that Jerry's forgetting, because Jerry tried to pull that card where he's saying, I'm the lead spokesman for all the owners, and thinking he was going to intimidate the owners, and the owners is looking at him like,
nigga, we got money too.
Yeah, we got $3 and $4 billion ourselves. What the hell are you talking about?
Fuck you doing? Sit your ass down. Don't make us kick you out this shit.
Right, and all this again is, directed at Roger Goodell and his handling of the situations, particularly with the protests, and of course Ezekiel Elliott, whose suspension was finally uplifted, and he has officially served his first of 6 games.
It's pretty much the rest of the season, huh?
He'll be back week 16, so it's right after the Cowboys-Raiders game. And meanwhile, Goodell trying to secure the bag in his contract extension negotiations. Like, he talking about he wants $50 million a year. He wants lifetime access. Oh my God, that motherfucker fell on his back. Good Lord.
Wants what?
He wants $50 million a year. He wants lifetime access to the private jet. Like, not just during his tenure. He wants lifetime access. Like, he wants full-fledged insurance for his kids for the rest of the duration of their lives. And apparently,
he wants unlimited power.
Yeah, and apparently the irony in all this is the owners were trying to hit him and give him a contract full of incentives, and he got pissed off at that. Now, the irony of it is that the NFL players don't have guaranteed contracts. Their contracts are based in incentives. So it's basically like, so motherfucker, you think you're above all this? Like, you tell the players to be one for the shield, but now you're trying to think and play like you're above the shield? Come on, man. What you doing?
Fuck is wrong with you, bruh?
Like, that's just... It's hilarious. Like, again, when it comes to this whole Kaepernick situation, they did all this to keep one player out the NFL, and in the end, they ended up exposing a lot of shit.
This is what I'm talking about when it comes to the universe, man. Universe is balancing everything out. So yeah, you don't want to be you thought he was a distraction? Okay, now because of what you did, you have now become the distraction. So,
right. And then to further keep up with the distraction, last week, Miko Grimes, who's the wife of Tampa Bay defensive back Grimes, she came out on the Breakfast Club and accused the Raiders' offensive line of conspiring against Derek during the Redskins game.
That shit.
I'm not going to go into too much detail with that. All I can say is there was no fight that took place in the locker room. Her story doesn't hold up weight as is.
So she's just making up shit. She kept contradicting herself and shit.
There's contradictions throughout, and her primary source is a lifetime Raiders fan who's scorned and heartbroken at the fact that the Raiders are going to Vegas. Like, his bio on his Twitter page reads, "The Raiders died with Al Davis. The Raiders fans will die in Vegas." And he has a podcast, so you can take that with whatever kind of grain of salt you want to take.
She has a podcast for her damn self. She has a popular podcast, supposedly.
Right. So there was that.
No lipstick alley ass.
When it comes to Week 9 was actually pretty festive, even though I wasn't paying attention because I was out securing the bag. Week 9 started off with Martellus Bennett getting cut by the Packers over his shoulder injury, and then come to find out he really wasn't that injured, because then a day later he ended up re-signing with the New England Patriots. And all I could say was, what the fuck, man? How the fuck do they keep doing it? They already stacked that tight end. Like, they got his replacement in Dwayne Allen to help cover with Gronkowski. Now they got Dwayne Allen and they got Martellus Bennett back. Shit's incredible. It's amazing. So he went out and New England destroyed the Broncos last night, Sunday Night Football.
What's going on with the Broncos, man? They just said, fuck it.
That quarterback situation is pretty damn bad. Like, it's
like as soon as they won that Super Bowl, it was like a sacrifice. Like, you won a Super Bowl, but you ain't getting no quarterback no more.
Pretty much. To start off the week, we had Thursday Night Football, which was the Seahawks against the Cardinals. The Seahawks players for years have been adamant that they don't understand why they're playing these Thursday night games, whether they win or lose. And even though they won the game, they took a major L as star defensive back Richard Sherman tore his Achilles. So he's done for the year. Players at that point, Doug Baldwin, wide receiver especially, was saying that this shit should be illegal. And in many aspects, I agree. I mean, Thursday Night Football could be a lot. It doesn't need to be outlawed, but it could be a whole lot better.
Yeah,
I've said this for years. What you do is you give the teams buys, and then when the teams are coming back from a buys, those are the two teams that you give the Thursday Night Football game to.
Makes sense. So they can have a 4 weeks of rest.
Right. But it's what do I know? It's all about money.
It's common. Yeah, they have like pretty much every week it's like a Thursday night game, and Thursday night games are pretty freaking whack. Only time they should start doing Thursday night game is around this time in November, around Thanksgiving, and do it all the way to New Year's at least.
Right. So that's
what that was the original. That was the original way to do it. Isn't that how they did it last time?
I mean, years ago, it was really only
been that long. Shit, it's like 2 years, 3 years ago. Shit.
Nah, the new collective bargaining agreement has been in place since like 2011, 2012. It's been a while.
Yeah, but the Thursday night games, they didn't really do like Thursday night games like every damn week. It was always like after
the Thursday nights have been in the new collective bargaining for that set period of time. It's been that long.
Damn, I could have swore that shit was like later, but whatever.
So you got that. These touchdown celebrations, man, they keep you glued in. So you remember the fight that ended up actually being our cover for last week's episode between AJ Green and Jalen Ramsey. Steelers receiver Juju and the running back Bell, they actually reenacted that fight for their touchdown celebration. It was actually pretty funny.
There was another CFL fight I sent you. Of them
not a fight, but
not a fight, but it was a celebration. They picked up the
they picked up one of the players, and then the other player did the limbo.
Started doing the limbo and shit like that. Right. And I was like, you niggas are just getting very creative now.
It's amazing.
Y'all just go in the locker room and just be like, hey, okay, if I score, this is what we gonna do. Like, y'all just do this during practice and just choreograph it and everything? When y'all going over your playbooks, you're like, listen, we gotta go over the touchdown celebration?
Exactly.
I guess, man. It sounds like a fucking SNL skit.
Yeah, so they did that. Falcons defensive lineman Adrian Claiborne was looking like the second coming of Lawrence Taylor yesterday against the Cowboys. Cowboys were without one of their star offensive linemen, and that shit clearly showed because Claiborne went and had 6 sacks by his damn self. And not only did he have 6 sacks by his damn self, those 6 sacks helped him secure a $750,000 incentive bonus. Because in his contract, he had it where if he got 8 sacks in a year, he got $750,000, and he came into the game with 2 sacks already. Report is that if he gets another 6 sacks, that amount ups to I think $1.5 million. So he gonna be rushing that quarterback for the remainder of the season,
as he should.
And then finally, to close out Week 9, you had the Chargers versus the Jaguars. I don't know if you heard much about this game.
Nope.
But basically what it came down to was each team was trying to give the game to the other team. Literally.
Oh, I think I did watch that game. Yeah, they were fucking up in the final minutes. Something happened in the final minutes where it was an interception, and then they threw the ball into like right at the 5-yard line, and then the Jaguars just fucked it up.
Yeah, so what happened was Bortles threw a pick, and then next thing you know, Chargers fumbled it, and the Jags got it back, kicked a field goal to force overtime. Some more shit happened that shouldn't have taken place, and then the Jags kicked the field goal to win the game. And the field goal kicker used to play for the Chargers, so that was kind of his poetic justice.
Was that Koo?
No. God, no.
Oh. Well, okay, yeah. I'm about to say, he would have kicked it all the way to the other fucking end zone by mistake.
Nah, Koo's trying to get into the Big Baller Brand pop-up at this point back in China.
Damn, that's pretty mean.
So that covers, well, maybe truth hurts. So that covers the NFL. Sad news when it comes to baseball. Yeah, 2-time Cy Young winner Roy Halladay. He passed away Monday or Tuesday.
He in a plane crash off the Gulf of Mexico, man. That
he was in a. It was a. He was the only person on the flight. He took piloting lessons over the past few years, and he was flying. According to reports, he was actually just doing stunts and tricks way too close to the waters, and unfortunately lost control, and the plane just crashed into the water.
Damn shame.
Yeah, so he was 40 years old, so may he rest in peace. When it comes to the NBA, young Lonzo Ball became the youngest player on Saturday night to record a triple-double. Albeit it was in a loss, but for those who have been paying attention, I really don't care about wins and losses this year. I just want to see improvement with our young guys and that are going to keep going forward. And they showed that on Saturday, so it's a good look for him. The 2020 All-Star Game has been voted. It will be taking place in Chicago. So
wear a vest.
Yeah, so wear a vest and stay warm. As y'all turn
just try
up
to find a way. Just find a way to get to LA. Let's find a way to get to LA next year, because man, like I said, All-Star Weekend in LA, that's gonna be just man.
Oh yeah, that's 3 months from now. I can't wait.
That's like damn. I'm just like, you gonna have All-Star Weekend in LA of all places.
And what makes it even better is it's the same weekend that Black Panther drops. Like it's gonna be a legit movie all weekend.
Why do they say that shit? Why do they always say it's gonna be a movie? It's gonna be a movie in slow motion, man. That's just the most whatever.
I don't know, but you was on board for it for Saturday, so you can't really talk much.
Because it's gonna be a movie, but then when I leave, it's gonna go right back to your regularly scheduled program.
Yeah, well, that's what they say too. So you got that going on, and then LeBron James called out Phil Jackson by pretty much saying, in lack of better words, he was a dumbass for not taking Dennis Smith Jr., who's the rookie for the Dallas Mavericks, and they picked up the rookie point guard. I forgot his name. He's from France, I think, or Paris, one of the countries. And they actually played the New York Knicks tonight, and LeBron went up for an alley-oop dunk and was standing around the rookie. The rookie shoved him back. And then next thing you know, Enes Kanter, who used to play for OKC and seems to be in everybody's business except for when it comes to actually balling, he got up in his face. Rightfully so. You want to defend your teammates, especially when it's a rookie. Next thing you know, the Knicks went and started whooping the Cavs' ass and were up by as much as 23, but apparently it woke LeBron up because then they just came back, shot back, and LeBron hit a three-pointer in Porzingis' eye to win the game by 3.
In his eye?
Yeah, damn. That's how Bleacher Report described it on my phone not even 10 minutes ago.
In his eye. Damn,
in his eye.
That's like a fucking pause-worthy shit, but that's LeBron being LeBron. LeBron James. Speaking of LeBron, I don't know if you saw this, but before the game, LeBron and the Cavs were just walking around New York and took the subway.
Yep.
That was pretty interesting.
He put his live stream in some guy's face, and the guy wasn't having it, and I don't even think he realized who was putting the camera up to him, but...
And they from New York. I think he probably knew who he was. He's like, nigga, get that shit out my face, bro.
Yeah, he probably still salty that he went to Miami instead of New York all them years back.
I would be too. It's another reason to get that shit the fuck out my face.
I mean, with the quality of teams that you've seen, you really ain't got no need to be salty except for the people that's running your organization. It is what it is.
You talking about me or you talking about the Knicks?
No, I'm talking about the Knicks.
Oh, well, yeah. Exactly. Another reason you get that shit the fuck out my face.
And that covers the recent week in sports. Yeah.
And some music dropped this week. It was kind of, for our case, it was kind of a meh, because I think everyone is just preparing for the incoming of Shady, because everyone and Mama's going to come out. It's supposedly, allegedly, the album's going to drop this week. So by the time this episode's up next week, we will have another M album, but we said that last time when it came to Kendrick. It ended up being the goddamn pre-order, which I'm still kind of mad about. But, damn. But yeah, some albums came out. Cameron made his return to the mixtape circuit with The Program. And,
it was decent for the first few songs, and after that it just became filler.
Yeah, he randomly just dissed Kanye, and like I told y'all, I'm not really a Cameron fan like that. I respect what he's done for hip hop and the culture and the impact he's made, but meh.
That wasn't necessarily a diss. It was more so he pretty much just saying, Kanye, you said what you said about Jay. Why are you apologizing? Be true to your word. And that was that.
And that's why Cameron's where he's at and why Kanye's where he's at. So there's that.
I mean, but if you want to be fair, Kanye just recently got out of, rehab. And Cam's chilling. So I don't know if you want to really make that comparison.
I'm talking about success-wise and shit. But, everyone's success is different.
Yeah, I mean, hey, for all we know, hey, you can say what you want, but Cam's success at his height you can't. There's no diminishing his success at his height.
I just felt that when he was at his height, when he was in New York, he seemed more of a cult following in New York. Because I remember back those days when I was looking in forums and shit. This is back when M was running shit. I'm looking on forums. Everybody used to diss the shit out of Dipset and Cameron and his raps. They used to diss the shit out of it. They said the beats were amazing, but the raps were trash.
Oh, because the raps went over people's heads until they finally caught rumor. You know, his raps kind of remind me, when you have to explain it, it reminds me of E40. Where people are so focused on the delivery, they're not actually listening to actually what he's saying. That's the same thing with Cam. If you actually go back and look at the lyrics, the nigga was spitting some hard shit.
Oh, yeah, I remember Down and Out with Kanye. That was a dope-ass record and shit. Yeah. Because of Kanye and the beat. But, yeah, shout out to Cameron. Kamaiya, Barrier's very own Kamaiya, she surprised everyone and dropped her little nine-song EP called Before I Wake. Her album was supposed to come out around this time period, but I guess the label's been fucking with her, so she didn't want to leave her fans hanging, and she dropped a little 9-song mixtape. That shit's pretty cool for what it is.
It's basically wave music, playlist music. What I was actually intrigued with was the first track, Dope Bitch. It starts off with the groove line from Dog Pound's Bomb Ass Pussy, and I was like, huh. Like, it actually kind of caught me off guard. I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. Next thing I know, I'm realizing that pretty much all the productions were based off of 90s or early 2000s samples from records that we grew up on. So I was like, that's a nice little...
Kamaiya's like in late 80s baby, so she grew up in the 90s and shit. So.
Right. So I was like, that's a nice little blend. But I mean, overall, you can pick some
like
songs here and there.
Playlist music.
Exactly.
There was a bunch of the shit that came out with playlist music besides one. Like even Wiz dropped a new album, and I didn't have time to listen to that. So
so apparently Wiz's project. I thought it was an album, but apparently he's talking and he says it on City of Steel. This isn't an album. It's just the mixtape to hold people over until the album drops. The album's done. Yeah.
Pusha said the same shit about King Push.
Right. It's all right. I mean, the production is still out of this world. I mean, you got production from Sledgerin, who pretty much handles the bulk of it. I still feel people sleep on Sledgerin. Like, they really don't know the name, but they know the tracks. A lot of funk and groove sampled records. But Wiz is so far removed from Deal or No Deal, where it's just like, Casey Veggie's added a dope verse since he's the only artist that's featured on there. What was it? I think Figure It Out and Plain For You were pretty dope. But other than that, you take it for what it is.
Like I've said from the beginning, when it comes to these, because all these songs that we talked about, they are pretty much mixtapes, but they dropped on Apple Music. Cam actually dropped this shit on Dat Piff and all mixtapes and shit like that. He was only one because everybody else dropped their shit on Apple Music and on streaming service. And I've said this before: Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify, they're getting Dat Piff and live mixtapes the fuck up out of here.
Right.
So it's like there's really no reason to go to Dat Piff and all them other websites no more because there's this.
Yeah, there really isn't, because I knew that Cam's mixtape dropped on live mixtapes on Thursday. And so I was like, okay, well, let's just see if it drops on Apple Music, so that way I don't have to waste the download. I could just stream it on Apple Music.
You feel me?
And I'll be damned if the next day it was on Apple Music.
Yep, it's pretty much. So, right. But you put me on to somebody else called Sampa The Great. That's how you say it,
Sampa.
Right? Is it Sampa? Yeah, Sampa The Great. And she dropped her shit called Birds and the Bee. Is it Bean?
Birds and the B9.
Birds and the B9.
Yeah, I just found out about this artist just scrolling through Apple Music trying to find, anything other than what we were previously finding. And it's labeled as hip-hop rap. I was very pleasantly surprised upon hearing that it was not the typical rappity rap. Get that shit, Ingram. Get that shit.
The tippity rap. Get that shit.
Yeah. That
should be a genre. It's more hip-hop. Get that shit.
Hey, we trademarking it right now.
Get that shit.
It's more poetry and spoken word.
Yes, it really is.
And it's greatly mixed with these African tribal percussions. Like it was so smooth listening to. And she's got this soft voice, which again, like when I'm listening to it, it actually took about 2 or 3 tracks to finally get in the swing of things because it completely caught me off guard. Where I had to reconfigure my ears to be like, okay, this is what we're actually listening to now.
Kind of gave me like a more Lauryn Hill kind of vibe,
right?
Kind of.
The music is popping though. Like this is actually one of them joints where you want to at least give this a chance to listen to it. And this isn't her first go around. She's actually got a lot of projects. She's an artist based out of Sydney, Australia. And I'm going through up and down this track list. I mean, it's magical throughout. Like it's really some good hardcore music. I mean, I'm telling you, these drums are
very African inspired.
It's phenomenal, like man. Like this is the type of shit that would inspire Kanye. I'm not using that as hyperbole. Like I'm actually being very legit. Like these are the type of drums that you would hear be configured into the 808s.
Like this isn't really like playlist music. This is like you could tell she took her time and actually made an album.
Right.
This is an album. So
yeah, and so again, everybody knows I look for that 3-man weave when it comes to tracks, and I found the 3-man weave, but it was in between an already good transition full of songs. I mean, once you get to Can I Get a Key, which is track number 5, you're pretty much cruising towards until about maybe the last song or two. Like it's just the steam for that wave of tracks is amazing. Black Girl Magic was really a track that stood out for sure. And then that 3-man weave was Karma the Villain, By River, and then Inner Voice. That was that little wave in between where I was like, yo, this is the plight of this album, and this is some good stuff. It's definitely shouts out to Sampa The Great. I actually conversed with her through a few tweets yesterday, showing my appreciation for the music. So definitely go out and check that. Again, it's Birds and the B9. Yeah, have fun with that. Enjoy it.
Yeah, have fun with that. It's a pretty dope album. So y'all go listen to that shit because we gotta get out. Because after M drops, that's our cutoff. So
yeah, but it ain't only M because let's make it clear. That single still got me weary. So Sci-Hi is getting ready to drop his project on Friday too. So at this point, I'm more excited for Sci-Hi.
That's if M drops. Who knows? It'll probably be another. Well, the way they're fucking promoting this shit, who knows? It could really just be another pre-order, and the shit comes out on Black Friday.
Yeah, or he could be like, shit, let's redo it, and it don't drop until next year. And that pisses you off even more.
Yeah, you trying to piss me off even more, dog?
No, M's pissing you off, not me. I'm just the messenger.
No, M only frustrates me. There's a difference. It frustrates me when I have to defend his white ass. Shit.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't have to do that if you just came to terms with reality that this is a young man's game and there's no country for old men. And he's reached that point in his career.
But what about Hove?
Hove, again, I said this earlier in the episode. Mm-hmm. You can pinpoint his success to the fact that he's not only a great MC, but he's a phenomenal businessman. So he knows how to adapt.
When you're only shit about Kanye,
to a certain extent, because even he's starting to decline as well. When it comes to M, again, he has Shady Records, but he's not known as being the head of Shady. He's just known for being the rapper. And it's clear through, recent transactions or whatever you want to call it, movements, he doesn't adjust very well.
And plus, now that his manager's about to go to Def Jam at the beginning of next year, it's going to be really interesting if he's going to stay on Interscope or if he's going to go to Def Jam. He should just be fucking independent. But whatever. He's bigger than these fucking labels. But other than that, man, I'm fucking 30.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And again, if y'all still listening, thank you for all the birthday wishes. Thank you for listening to The Illogical Sense. And if y'all listening and you're in LA and you see us at Henny Palooza, just give us a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And fuck Jed York.
And top us off too. Don't forget the drinks. Like if you see us, give us a hell yeah, and then pour up in the glass too, so we get all toast for sure.
Yeah, and then get the fuck up out of here. But seriously, thank you everybody. Thank you for listening to episode 65, and catch y'all later.
Peace.
Fuck Jed York.